Hi, I'm Jenny, and I'm inviting you to drift south with me this winter. We're leaving Canada in search of warmer climates in the US, and we'll be making lots of fun and unique stops along the way. We'll also find out what it's like to travel in the off-season where a lot of things are closed. So join me, and let's be adrift together. Some final tweaks were needed on both the awning and the roof rack, so some work friends jumped in to help. We checked the van's interior battery, and we customized a couple pieces to fit on my crossbars. Lenny is ready to go. And after my last West Coast barbecue salmon dinner, I'm ready to go too. We're headed east over the Coquihalla to a little spot along an old highway to pick up some pieces from a past life of mine. I've got so much more stuff than I remember, and it really hits me as I'm carrying little loads at a time from this cold, winterized RV into this much smaller space. Once I'm home again, I'll be able to organize it and store some things that I won't be needing. The drive home is long, but that's the whole point of the van. I can stop anywhere for food, coffee, or a rest. I'm already enjoying van life so much, especially these views out the front window. I love these last few kilometers of the drive, at the end of the long day, knowing that you're almost home. I really enjoyed my time in Barhead. I let myself rest, I let my nerves settle, and my energy rebuild. It was the perfect place to pause, where I could prepare myself mentally and physically for the 4-month trip that I'm about to take. And one bright, sunny Friday morning, I depart on the first leg of my journey.
Wind blows west and quickly, whisper in the blues, and people pace and worry, but I'm just here with you.
After nearly 7 hours on the road, I've arrived to my first Harvest Host. I paid $200 for a 1-year subscription and gained access to places like this little farm where I could spend a night for free. The point is to support the business in some way. Even though it was late and the weather wasn't very nice, I still had the best evening with these ladies at Gentle Giant Acres. I got to hang out with them as they fed and cared for some of the animals. I had such a warm and restful sleep in the van last night and woke up early to hang out with Tori while she fed the goats. It was genuinely a highlight for me, as my family used to raise and show goats in the local 4-H club. Then it was time for me to go. We're almost at the United States border now, so it's time to put the camera away. Interstate 15 South, I-15, and we are going 80. Speed limit 80. Oh my goodness, okay. Truck 70. Speed limit 80. 80 is like 130? No. This is too fast. I should at least go 100. Oh, I forgot to look at miles to kilometers. Okay, 80 is seriously like 130. 130? No way. Crossing into the US has this seamless feeling to it. I half expected it to look different the first time I crossed the border, but just because we're in a different country doesn't mean anything changes, really. The land just continues.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. I pulled into a Love's Travel Center here. Where am I? Great Falls. I'm in Great Falls. Maybe I'll make a coffee. I got milk. I got cream. Yeah, okay, let's make a coffee. I'm finding it very strange knowing where to go, when to do it, listening to myself. Not having any outside pressures on me is so new that I'm still learning how to listen to myself and to just trust that, whatever I decide, it's going to be good for me. Right now, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here looking at coffee, talking to you fine people. I guess I'm resting. I'm just resting. I'm ready to go.
The last 200 kilometers felt so much better with the coffee, and we finally made it to Boulder Hot Springs to spend our second night. But once arriving and chatting with the manager, it turns out that I cannot camp in the parking lot. So we will be spending a night here at the bed and breakfast. I stayed in one of the guest rooms on the 3rd floor. It had a little sink in the room and a shared bathroom down the hall. And it was so interesting to see these blue water stains in the sink. What is that from? After another peaceful sleep, I woke up early to enjoy the hot springs before it opened to the public. After a shower, it's time for the hot plunge. There's also a cold plunge and a sauna that sounds like the rain. And although it's freezing outside, the outdoor pool is the perfect temperature. I'm starting to notice that some of the mountainsides are turning a deep rusty red color, and soon we're crossing into Idaho, the potato state. But I'm more interested in the other things that come out of the ground here, like opals. I'm about to head to the Spencer Opal Mines showroom, but when I pulled up, it wasn't looking too promising.
Thank you for calling Spencer Opal Mines and the Opal Country Cafe. Our brick and mortar store is officially closed for the season.
I was gonna spend my afternoon here hanging out in the tailings pile. They have tailings from the mine. I don't know where the mine is, but it's nearby. This is the opal capital of America. And I guess November is not a great time to be visiting, so I'm gonna go find somewhere that's open, maybe that sells opals. I'm here at Hot Rock Gems, and they've got opals, and they're open. So thank you so much, Chad. I'm so happy. Now I'm on my way to find somewhere to stop for the night. Just don't feel like driving anymore. It's rainy, it's not very nice. So I found a little town close by. I think you pronounce it Dubois, and they have a nice big rest area there. So that's where we're heading. I just spent my first night at my first rest stop, and it was actually really nice. There's a lot of truckers here this morning, and honestly, I didn't hear anything all night. Nobody bothered me. I felt safe. There's actually a heated building here with flush toilets and running water. It was a very comfortable rest stop. Got to use the facilities this morning to freshen up and got my coffee going, and I'm ready to head to Twin Falls today. My first stop is at Shoshone Falls and Deer Kiss Lake. There's different parking areas at different levels here, so you could choose a view or a path to explore. And there's so many of them out here. I'd love to come back next year and explore the Snake River and this beautiful valley a little bit more. The falls drop about 212 feet, which is taller than Niagara Falls, giving it the nickname Niagara of the West. All right, I'm ready for some dinner. Let's go find our second harvest host. Last night, I went onto the app and searched the Twin Falls area. There's a little farm just north of town called Mendoza Ranchette. The reviews were good, and the pictures made it look cute. So I submitted a request. The next morning, they approved it, and now we have plans for the night. I didn't notice any of the property owners around, so I didn't end up buying anything. Tonight's gonna be so peaceful. Just me and Lenny. Tomorrow, we'll plan to be in Nevada. Welcome to Love's Travel Center in Jackpot, Nevada. It's time to do a load of road laundry. There's coin and card-operated machines that cost $4 to wash. And while it's running, I can grab a bite to eat from the subway. Then it's ready for the dryer, and I'm ready for my shower.
Your shower is ready. Please
Is that me?
proceed to shower 2.
Thank you so much.
Right down that hole there, first door on the right.
It smells so clean in here. It's a good first sign. I'm still gonna wear my flip-flops. That's exactly what I needed. Endless hot water. Now we can grab our clean clothes and get back on the road. There's this complete vibe change when you leave Idaho and cross into Nevada. Nevada has this wide open, Wild West energy. Long stretches of road that seem to disappear into forever, and huge desert basins surrounded by grand mountain ranges. There's a different kind of history here, a little rowdier. Once I pulled into this rest stop, I find out that it's part of the old Pony Express route. Back in the 1860s, riders on horseback would sprint from station to station, swapping horses every 10 to 15 miles. They covered nearly 2,000 miles in 10 days, which is just wild. So much cool history on the way to Ely, our next stop for the night. My first tourist stop is at the Nevada Northern Railway Museum, and honestly, this place blew me away. For $10, you self-tour yourself around the old property, and you can even poke around the machine shop. I wandered around this huge, echoey building filled with old locomotives. Up above are these giant chimneys that used to suck out the smoke while they worked on the engines from down below in a maintenance trench. The Liberty locomotive was so cool to see up close. It's painted so patriotically for parades and celebrations. The blacksmith shop was really neat also. I swear you can feel the lingering energy here from the old workers.
This is such a cool spot. It's funny because I really hadn't intended on coming here, but on my drive I looked up museums in Ely, and there was one that I'd been looking at before. I think it was called White Pine or something, but there was like a cool cave bear skeleton that they had, and I thought, yeah, let's go check that out. So I typed it in Google Map, Ely Museum, clicked on the first one, and it brought me straight here, and I didn't question it. I just came right in and like, okay, here I am. And it's really neat. There's so much history here, which I love. I barely read any signs. I just like seeing it and feeling it.
Tonight we're staying on the other side of town at an RV park, and on the way we pass by the historic Hotel Nevada. The West End RV Park has full hookups, bathrooms, shower, coin-op laundry, and it costs $35 US a night. And after settling in quickly, I take a walk uptown. I'm hoping to soak in a little history at the place where Stephen King spent some time gathering inspiration for a book. I quickly noticed that all the old artifacts had been replaced with bright machines and noise. Not really my vibe. So I walked back to the van for the night. This morning we're rolling into Cruisin' Car Wash and Lube for an oil change. While I was chatting with Dan as I was getting my oil change, he had mentioned that his wife is an avid rock hounder. And so I asked him, if you were me and you only had today to go look somewhere around here for some cool rocks or stones, where would you go? And a lot of people know about it, but I got a little inside scoop on where to look for garnets. So we're going to Garnet Hill and we're gonna go find some stones. The short drive up to Garnet Hill from Highway 50 was easy enough for me and my two-wheel drive van, and it's got beautiful views of Robinson Copper Mine. Okay, we made it to the spot. Apparently this area's gotten a bit of rain in the last week, so potentially we could find some garnets in the washes. Nothing yet.
Okay. See that? We're looking for bigger these.
Well, time to bring out the hammer. Let's bust open some of this rhyolite and find some of these garnets. Don't forget, safety first. Maybe we tried digging. I could see these little gas pockets in the stone, so I feel like I'm on the right track. Finally!
I just smashed a garnet. It was right there. No, I smashed it. Oh, dang. Oh my gosh.
I'd love to be able to spend the night up here, but my heater just started giving me problems, and I feel like the temperature will be a little bit warmer down below, so I head back down to the valley and plan to get it looked at as soon as possible. I went and saw Dan again, who concluded that I was not getting enough electrical draw directly to the heater, so he suggested I pick up a jump starter pack, which cost me $250 US at Napa. I'm heading down Highway 6, which cuts us right through the Humboldt National Forest. The landscapes keep changing as we get closer and closer to the Area 51 region. We move through these really neat canyon-type areas. The rock walls pull in close for a moment before opening right up into these wide desert stretches. I would not have noticed this if I wasn't told about it. The black mailbox has become the unofficial spot where people can leave letters and offerings to aliens. Somebody drink the beer. Oh, there's still a little left. Some cigarettes. Dear aliens, I've dreamed of coming to visit you here. Now I'm finally here. Aww, that's so nice. No smoking. Dear aliens. Aww. Aww, this is so great. Wow. Well, should put something in there. Okay, I've got this little hummingbird temporary tattoo. We're gonna fuel up here in Rachel. That was a long stretch without fuel, and I lent someone my jerry can at the last rest stop. Everything in this town is alien themed because of its close proximity to Area 51. The guy here was telling me that I could drive right up to the guarded gate that's just a few miles up the road from here. But it's definitely not on my to-do list. Right now, I'd just like to get to the little alien and fuel myself. After reading the directions to make sure I was doing this right, and I am, my heater is still not working. With temperatures being just under freezing again tonight, I'm going to be snuggling up with a hot water bottle again. Thank you all so much for joining me this far on my adventure drifting south. Next time on Adrift Again, we're checking out more historic and unique spots in Nevada and Arizona. We'll stop at rest stops and check out old historic hotels and so much more. Thank you all so much for being here, and take care until next time.